What's up, sports bettors? It's week 13 of the NFL season, and I have two early bets for you. So I have a bet on the Patriots-Bills game, and I also have a bet, and you can see lines are on the move. Superbook just moved the Patriots from plus 180 2 minutes ago to plus 175. They just moved the Falcons from minus 110 to minus 115. So it looks like lines are slightly moving towards the Steelers. And they just moved lines slightly towards the Bears against the Packers. So again, I say this all the time, but this market's dynamic. You never know when the best bets are going to occur, right? Being a sharp NFL bettor, you're not looking for bets 5 minutes before the game start on Sunday. You're looking well in advance. The market's moving, weather's changing, sharp action's coming in. You're following the market, following the line movements, and hunting for value. So I'll give you an example of a play that I just locked in for the Jaguars-Lions game, which is actually expected to be a very competitive game. So this is the highest profit margin bet on OddsJam. Usually I sort OddsJam. You can see I'm filtering for NFL games. I'm sorting to see the highest profit margin bets first. If you want, you can filter to see the lowest profit margin bets first, but I typically want to see the highest profit margin bets first. So OddsJam is a very simple platform, and what I love about it is there's no BS, right? Literally, all it does is it consolidates hundreds of sportsbook odds for every major market. So you think about money line, you got all these player props. All OddsJam does is it takes all that data and shows you where the value is. No BS, right? So the first play that OddsJam is showing us is the Jaguars minus half on the first half point spread. You can get this plus 115 on Caesars. And what you're going to notice is FanDuel is only giving you plus 100. And then Pinnacle, so this column, the OddsJam column, we just copy Pinnacle's odds, is only giving us plus 102. So we're getting 13 cents of improvement from Pinnacle, plus 102 to plus 115, and 15 cents of improvement from FanDuel. So we're getting decent value on Caesars. So then what you can do, what I typically do, and again, it's free to browse odds on OddsJam. Any sport you want to look at, NBA, NFL, whatever, any games you want to look at, any markets, this is free. Line shopping, which is the core of sports betting, right? And what you're going to notice is right here. If we look at the Jaguars minus half across the entire market, every single sports book, you're going to notice Bet365 plus 100 minus 120. So they're just like FanDuel. So we're using all this data in the market to try to get a sense of where should this bet be priced. You treat every sportsbook as an independent data point of where the line should be set, and you ruthlessly hunt for value. That is what a sharp sports bettor does. You don't need a bet on every game. You don't need a bet on the money line or the spread or the total. You need a bet where there's value, right? You need a profitable bet. That's what you're looking for. So here, we're clearly getting a lot of value at plus 105. Coolbet has this minus 102. Again, FanDuel plus 100. So looking across the entire market, Pinnacle looks like they actually just ticked down. So they used to be plus 102, minus 117. Now they're plus 101, minus 116. So when I say this market's constantly moving, I really mean it. PointsBet plus 100, minus 120, right? So it looks like lines have been slightly moving towards the Jaguars, and Caesars is asleep at the wheel, giving us the first half spread at plus 115. So long story short, I ended up locking it in, for $500, early NFL bet. I have 22 other plays open. You got some UFC, you got some World Cup. It's the same strategy. Beat the vig, beat the juice, right? The sportsbook business model, the way that sportsbooks like Caesars make money is they charge a spread called the vig. The easiest way to think about it is looking at point spreads and also totals. So you can see here the most common form of juice, for totals. So if we look at this hockey game, it's minus 110, minus 110, is the sportsbook forces you to bet 11 to win back 10. That's minus 110 odds. So you want to take the over or the under. They make you bet 11 to win back 10. You're not betting 10 to win 10. You're betting 11 to win 10. That extra dollar is the juice. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, if the sportsbooks charge the vig, they charge the juice, then why can I make money? And the reason you can still make money is this reason. because sportsbooks have different odds, right? All of these bookmakers, they want to be unique, right? Caesars wants to be different than FanDuel. They want to be different than Pinnacle. So they all set lines independently. So essentially what we're doing is we're looking through, or OddsJam is pulling, the millions of odds kind of across Caesars Sportsbook and all these other bookmakers. When you think about just how many things you can bet on these sportsbooks, it's pretty mind-boggling, all the different player props. So all OddsJam does is it points out, hey, this is one of the rare plays. There's only 1, 2, 3. It looks like there's only like 5 NFL plays available that beat the VIG, that actually are profitable, that actually have a mathematical edge. And the top one is the Jags -0.5 on the first half spread. So I locked it in. Pretty simple. Like I say this all the time, but a lot of people are like, oh, you went on a losing streak. You went on a winning streak. Your World Cup bet lost. Your parlay lost. And you can see we do go on winning streaks. We do go on losing streaks, kind of across sports books. You'll notice the same thing. But the point is we're always up and to the right over time. I know that my $40,000 I have currently bet in pending bets is going to have roughly a 4, 3, 5% ROI over the course of the long run. So I don't really care about these brief, losing streaks that you can kind of see in my bet tracker. Because, again, I know I'm making money over the course of the long run. I know my plays have an edge. And I'm solely placing plays with an edge. So what I recommend to all OddsJam users is sync a few of your sportsbook accounts. PointsBet, BetMGM, Barstool, there's 6 different sportsbooks, it looks like, in the state of Virginia that you can sync with OddsJam. And it's helpful to see, because you're going to go on losing streaks. I lost 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. I lost money this entire month. So the whole point is what this bet tracker will do is it will automatically read your bets in, from Caesars, from all these different sports books. So I have Panthers Flames over 6 goals at -115 for $1,000. You can see that's one of the open bets I have, right? So it will automatically pull in all of your wagers and grade them as wins or losses. Anyways, so this is a play that beats the VIG, beats the juice. I ended up locking it in, 2% profit margin. We hit it for $500. 2% profit margin, $500 stake, $10 in EV, $10 in profit margin. Next, I have a play on FanDuel. So again, I say this all the time, but as a sharp bettor, you also need multiple sportsbooks, right? You never know which sportsbook is going to be screwing up. Here, it's Caesars, right? They were giving us this play at +115 when no other book was giving us better than +100. We're clearly getting value. We're clearly beating the VIG. And Caesars is clearly asleep at the wheel on the Jags first half point spread. So we locked it in. But here's a play on FanDuel, right? So if you want another bet with an edge, the second highest profit margin bet, you need FanDuel. You need more sports books. So what you'll notice here is lines have actually been moving pretty aggressively towards the Patriots all day long. Is Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there, they're all the way down at +176 on the Patriots. Super bets, +145. So we look at all this data in the market. We treat every sportsbook as an independent data point of where the line should be set. And looking across the market, FanDuel is giving us a profit margin, or a bet with a profit margin of 1.39%. So I locked it in for $250. A lot of people ask me about bet sizing. Is you can use a Kelly calculator. There are a lot of different strategies depending on what your bankroll is. I typically just try to stick to round numbers, 100, 250, 500, 1,000, 1,500, depending on how much I like to play, as well as how much the book gives you, right? Not all these books allow you to bet as much money as you want. That's why I don't bet on sports full time. It's a fun, lucrative side hustle, but these sports books, it's not scalable. It's not like you can bet $1 million on positive EV plays, right? So this is the second play I locked in, right? And I say this all the time, but hopefully you guys are able to tail it. I ride with you guys on all these plays with my own money, and I'm literally just showing you what I bet on this YouTube channel. That's all I show. So these 2 plays I locked in, so I'm making a video about them and explaining why I bet them. 2 plays, here's the profit margin of each play, 2.06% right here. And here, we hit it for $500, so this bet is worth $10.30 in dollars. You just take your edge or your profit margin as a percent, and you multiply it by your stake. Patriots bet, lower profit margin, lower stake, lower EV. EV just means profit margin in dollars. So these two bets have a combined profit margin of $13.78. So if you tried to give me $100 or something for these two bets, I'd tell you, of course, my bets are worth $13.78. You want these two bets? I'll give that to you. If you tried to give me $10 and be like, yo, give me your bet on the Patriots money line at plus 194 and the Jags minus half on the first half spread at plus 115, I'll give you $10. I'll tell you no, because my bets are worth $13.78, right? And that's what sports bettors don't realize, is you need to be price conscious. In the same way a day trader, all they care about is price. They're so price conscious. Investors, they're always hunting for value in the market, following the value. It's not different as a sports bettor. The sports don't matter. You're looking for value in the marketplace, right? And you have hundreds of data points. That's what makes sports betting so fascinating, is you have hundreds of sports books all setting lines independently, so you can ruthlessly scan through the bookies and look for these soft spots where you're easily getting a play that beats the vig, beats the juice, like we are right here on FanDuel, getting the Pats at plus 194. So I locked it in. Hopefully you guys are able to tail these, and let's make some money.